Hi, my name is Chip Carmack, certified probate expert and real estate advisor here in South Florida. Today's video is about how to become the executor or personal representative in the state of Florida. Welcome back to today's video on how to become an executor or a personal representative in the state of Florida. Here in Florida, you'll hear the term personal representative, but almost everywhere else on television and in movies and in a lot of other states like California, they'll use the word executor. So you'll hear the executor of the estate, and the reading of the will is done by the executor of the state. But here in Florida, we use the term personal representative. It means the same thing, but it's the proper legal term here in the state of Florida. You'll hear me using both, mostly because executor is a commonly known and accepted term, but the correct way to say it is personal representative. Let's first talk about why someone would want to be the personal representative of an estate. First off, there is paperwork. You're dealing with attorneys, and you're dealing with the court system. So why would somebody want to even be the personal representative and have this pain in the rear end job? So there are three main reasons why somebody would want to be the personal representative of an estate in Florida. The first one would be honor. Someone has bestowed a great honor on you and a duty that you hold sacred. It's your chance to do one final act in that person's memory, and you want to do it to the best of your ability and to honor that person. The second reason why someone would want to be a personal representative is money, financial. Personal representatives in the state of Florida can get up to 3% of the estate up to $1 million. After $1 million, they can get up to 5% over from 1 million to 5 million. From 5 million to 10 million, they can get another 2%. And after $10 million, they can get even another 5%. So it can be a little lucrative to be the personal representative if the estate is large. Just for example, if you had a $1 million estate, the personal representative would be able to get up to 3%, which would be $30,000. That's pretty good work if you can get it. Sometimes, however, an inheritant may be already receiving part of the estate, and they may decide that they won't take a fee for being the personal representative. Say, for example, you have two inheritants, brothers, sisters, and each one is getting 50% of a $2 million estate. The one that was chosen as the personal representative may decide that that's enough for them, that getting 50% of the estate is enough. And they also may realize that they don't want to pay taxes on that personal representative fee because that is taxable income. The third reason that somebody would want to be a personal representative in the state of Florida is control, power. I like the word control. The personal representative makes a lot of decisions for the estate. They will decide who the attorney will be. They will decide if assets will be sold, which assets will be sold, how much they would be sold for, by whom they would be sold, to whom they would be sold. If there was a business, they would be the ones that would wrap up the business and for the betterment of the estate, and any personal effects that needed to be dealt with, that would be in their realm of decision making. Some of you may be thinking, no way, dude, I don't want the responsibility of making all those decisions. To be honest with you, in my family, that would probably be me. I would do it for two reasons. One is to honor the person, and also to control, to make sure that everything is done properly and according to the decedent's wishes. I've already been picked on both sides of my family, my wife's family and on my family, to either pull the plug on one individual and The other is to deal with the estate on my wife's side. And the reason is not because I'm a cold-hearted stinker, but because they know that I will honor their wishes, that whatever they want me to do, nothing else will matter because I'm going to honor their wishes. So, but that is a very, it's not easy for everybody to make those kind of decisions. And so you need to weigh if that fits your personality. And also, hopefully, the right person for the job will step forward. If nobody does and it needs to be filled, hopefully you'll do so and do it in the best way that you possibly can. Before taking on the job of personal representative, and it will feel like a job at times, there are three main things that you need to consider. The first is the complexity of the estate. If it's a pretty decent sized estate, there will be a lot of moving parts, and you will be responsible for helping get that all coordinated and helping the process along. The first thing that you're going to need to do is to get all the documents that are needed to the attorney, and selecting the attorney is the most critical part of this process. You want to have somebody that is knowledgeable and helpful, and I recommend kind. Somebody that's looking out for you, is empathetic to what you're going through, because quite honestly, it's not an easy time. So you want somebody that is empathetic to your wants and needs and helps you through this. The other thing that you're going to need to come up with is if there are any assets, where the assets are, how much they are worth. That list will need to be turned over to the attorney. Also, any debts, you need to know what they are, how much they are, whether it's a monthly payment or it's how they're being paid. The attorney will need a list of those as well. The distribution of any personal property, you'll be responsible for that. Real estate, you will need to select a real estate agent, and in the process, you'll either need to help get the real estate ready for sale or delegate that. And aside, besides being a real estate agent, I already have a team set up that we can go in and help you. Basically, what we do is we ask you to take out any personal belongings that you may want to keep, and if that's all you want, then we go in and we completely clean out the place and get it ready for sale and get it cleaned up and get it ready for pictures, staging as it's called, and so that we can get top dollar for the estate. Another weighty decision is what offer to accept for the sale of the real estate or decline. Hopefully you'll get a lot of offers and you'll have a choice to pick the best offer for you. I would suggest that you don't jump at the first offer, and we'll have a video on dealing with investors who will call you and basically looking for a good deal. So that's not always in your best interest, but it's definitely in their best interest. So I'd caution you on that side. The other thing that is very important is to make sure that the monthly bills are all paid. I would recommend that you get with the attorney. He or she will tell you which bills are the most important to pay. There may be some bills that he will recommend you hold off paying and that they could negotiate settlement on that. And very important, if there is an HOA, please make sure that the HOA is paid. You definitely don't want to get to the sale and get delayed or tripped up by HOA, put a lien on the house or something like that. So very important to make sure that all the monthly bills are paid. But once again, I'd recommend getting a consultation with the attorney on which bills to pay and which bills you may be able to hold off on. The second thing to consider before accepting the job of personal representative is the time commitment. Besides the things that I've just mentioned, there are the details. You will need to be in communication with the attorney and helping get the things to the attorney that they need and following up on that. You may also need to go to court. Hopefully not, but you may need to do that. So if you've got a very hectic job and family commitments, you might want to definitely consider whether you have the time available to handle something like this. The third thing to consider about the job of personal representative is the responsibilities. Ultimately, it all comes down on your shoulders. I don't mean to put a lot of stress on you, but you need to know what you're getting into, and that everybody will look to you to make sure that things are done right. So the attorney will be very helpful. A lot of people go into this thinking the attorney will handle everything, but that's not the case. The attorney will be a great guide for you, and they know the process, and they will help guide you through the process. But the key part of that is they will help guide you through the process. So you will have to do a lot of the work. You'll have to be responsible for a lot of the work that's done besides what the attorney does. It's estimated that the attorneys handle about 30-40% of the probate process, which leaves the rest of it to the personal representative. So very important that you understand that, and that you have the mental frame of mind that you know what you're getting into, and you know that it's going to be a little bit of work. The good news is that it only lasts about 6 to 9 months, and then you get your life back. So it's not a problem that lasts forever, and you just have to kind of set your mind, know what you're getting into, and know that it won't last for a long period of time. Just work your way through it. Well, that's it for this video. I hope that you find it very informational and very helpful, because that's my main goal, is to help you through this difficult process. Please subscribe to this channel down below. The reason I ask is because Google, which owns YouTube, they pay attention to what people watch, how long they watch, and whether they will recommend other videos in this series to you. It also helps other people, and hopefully we are trying to help as many people as possible, you and I, in this world. And by letting Google and YouTube know that this is worthy, they will recommend it to other people that are looking for similar information. So there is a notification bell, and if you click on the notification bell, that will alert you that there is a new video that dropped that week. You don't have to click the notification bell, but I would highly recommend you hit the subscription. I won't haunt you or hunt you down or stalk you or anything like that. It's merely just to let Google and YouTube know that this video helped you, and we'll share it with others. So until next week, stay safe and be careful.